bodies will be feeling it. So they'll just really have to focus on shutting down their fast break, eliminating those early opportunities that Waikato always look to seek and early in their transition offence. And then really focusing on where she is in the half court, because Charlize is not only a good scorer, but she's really a good distributor. She organises this Waikato team and she leads from the front. So, however, there are some other very good role players with the Waikato team that we have to be aware of. Number 9, Tara Kailahi, has been real significant on the boards. So she'll have a huge effect there.
Great. We'll go through the Waikato basketball team for this game. Number 4, we've got Ella Bradley. Number 5 is the one to look out for, Charlize Leger-Walker. She has been an amazing player throughout the tournament. Number 6, we've got Koha Lewis. Number 7, the gutsy defensive Harriet Berry. Number 8, we've got River Walker Pittman. Number 9, we've got Tara Kailahi. Number 10, we've got Casey Leaf. Also at number 11, we've got Georgia Parsonson. Number 12, Zion Benin. Number 13, Misha Ross. Number 14, Jane Hettig. Number 15, we've got Tatiana Komoana. Going on to the Waitakere bench, we've got a talented, high-octane offense. Number 5, we've got Abigail Roach. Number 7, we've got Letitia Jost. Number 7, we've got Brianna Lewis. Number 8, we've got Shauna Povey. Number 9, Caitlin Burgess. Number 10 is the one to look out for as well. That is, we're going to Ileana Tuwaiti. She is an offensive dynamo when it comes to on ball. On number 12, we've got Alicia Schuster. Number 13, Priscilla Tuwala. Number 14, another glue player that we talked about, a twin of Kennedy Nicolaisen, Tessa Nicolaisen, who is also the glue for this team. Number 15, we've got Alicia Tyack. And number 20, we've got Sylvia Wicks-Zorik. Apologies for that. And number 12 is the offensive rebounding beast of Mele Latu. So we've got two very interesting styles going on here, Natu. Do you see the high octane offense of Waitakere matching up well against this Waikato team?
Yeah, I think yeah, throughout the tournament, Waitakere have been that team that just push the ball up the floor as quickly as they can. Very active on the defensive end, and they've really put some heat on some teams. They've put some big numbers up offensively. So I'm looking at Waikato really looking to slow the tempo of the game down so it feeds into their hands, and working on their half-court offensive game. Having spoken to Anthony Corbin before the game, he's really keen on dictating the pace of the game, so that means slowing the tempo of the game down to suit the way they play.
Okay, awesome. Thank you, everybody at home. I think we're just going to get into the national anthem, and then we're going to move on. Okay, and we're ready to go. We've got 6 minutes on the clock to just discuss some of these matchups. One of the matchups I'm really interested to see is how Waitakere play against Charlize Leger-Walker with such a dynamic and overall versatile player like that. There's so many different aspects she can affect this game. But what do you think is one of the most strongest parts of her game that you see, Natu?
I think with Charlize is her decision making. She's a very talented offensive player and she can score, but more importantly, she provides that leadership role for this group, the Waikato team. I think the Waitakere team, you know, I guess you'd want to keep the ball out of her hands as much as possible. So, and just trying to deny her the first inbounds pass and keep the ball out of her hands and make someone else make those decisions, and sort of really try to disrupt their offensive pattern by doing that. I guess that's the main thing. And when she does have the ball and she gives it up, then don't let her get it back. So they've got a challenge ahead of them. But however, Waitakere have been playing really well. You know, they've really dominated on the defensive end. So it'll be a challenge for the Waikato team and Charlize Walker to get things going tonight.
Speaking of the Waitakere team, we've also got Ileana Tueti, number 10. She has a very unique type of a game. But at the end of it, she gets to the rim when she needs to. Ileana has this knack of just finishing when the chips are down and things are happening. What have you seen from her game so far?
I think the best players always step up when it's crunch time. So no doubt she'll feel the need to get involved, especially if she hasn't touched the ball and for a certain period of time. Now, I guess the coaching staff, the two brothers, the Sabritsky brothers, Witana and Wayman, will figure something out, and we'll obviously try and get her the ball as much as they can. It's important that she gets a touch every time down the floor as part of the offense, just even if it's a post catch, just to get a ball reversal. But as you know, great players need to touch the ball.
It's okay, everybody. We just had a little problem with the PAs, but that's okay. Hey, and saying that around the coaches, what kind of first time, and I know everybody remembers their first time in Nationals, I'm not too sure if this is their first time coaching in Nationals, but what are some of the things that go through your head of some of the coaches that you can think of?
I guess in my experience, if you're coaching in a national final for the first time, there's a little bit of anxiety. And I guess there's anxiety with your athletes as well as yourself, because you're the guy or you're the woman that has to make the right decisions, has to be really, really comfortable with your game management, game theory stuff. So there is a little bit of anxiety, but I guess once the ball's thrown up, you know, you're ready, you're in it, you're engaged, you've got to have a clear mind, and you've got to be emotionally stable as well. So that's one of the things that, you know, for coaches who are coaching in a final, keeping a cool, level head and not getting too emotional and caught up in the emotional side of the game is really important.
Yeah, just on the two brothers there on Waitakere, they seem like player coaches. You know, they've got all their X's and O's sorted out, but they're very close and have a great relationship with some of their players, and all coaches here do, but I just noticed that's a great thing to have in the back pocket, I suppose, when you're asking young players to get out and do some stuff for you.
Yeah, definitely. I mean, these guys have been with this team for quite some time, so they've built some good rapport with them. They've been able to connect with the athletes. They know them very well, and obviously the girls respect them. And it's no wonder why they're here now in the finals. So they've got some attributes that are really key to coaching young people. Yeah. And being able to connect and having good relationship or interpersonal skills is really important.
All right, as we say that, we're about to kick off here at North Shore Event Centre with the Under-17s 2016 Under-17s National Championship.
And just talking about the coaching staff, I mean, you look across at the Waikato girls, and you've got Anthony Corbin and Leanne Walker, who are both selected, you know, coaches of the year, male coach and female coach of the year this past year. So they've got a huge amount of experience with championship winning teams and championship finals. So they are not they're not without experience in this setting. So
it's going to be very interesting to see the chess match going on between these two coaches. These four coaches, actually. So here we go with the tip-off. We've got Melilatu and Jane Hertig. Melilatu, number 22, is another one to look out for. Ball goes straight to Charlize Ledger-Walker, number 5. Going into a bit of a zone then, Latu?
Yep.
Natu, sorry?
Yep. compact zone. Oh, here's Charlize Walker. She gets around for a nice easy layup. So number 5, Charlize Walker starts the game off with an easy layup.
It's very easy to think your job's done in that zone, but if you get on that reverse, it's, oh, we're going straight into a man-to-man. If you see Harriet Berry, number 7 for Waikato, really face guarding and denying Ileana Tueji, number 10. Forced up a shot, had to get it up. Great rebound there.
It's a great defensive set from Waikato.
Back into that zone again.
Harriet Berry moving it on. Charlize Ledger-Walker, number 5, with the ball now. Koha Lewis with the jump shot, number 6, and she's missed. A rebound.
Sylvia Wiskovic. Here we go. We're going to the next corners. We've seen a lot of teams attack those corners over this corner threes. Is that a new trend happening in basketball these days?
Yeah, well, the corner 3 is probably the easiest 3, the less distance you have to shoot from in the game.
Oh, we've got a 24-second violation.
And again, a second great defensive set from Waitakere. Waikato.
If you ever notice the number 5, Charlize Ledger-Walker, she can do everything. She rebounds, she directs traffic just as she did there. Great and one play there from Koha Lewis.
Nice strong drive to the basket. So already we're seeing them quite aggressive on the offensive end. Setting the tone early.
4 points to 0. A quick start here. With 8 minutes 25 remaining in the first. 5 points, 5-0 run. Ileana looking for some help.
It's good defensive pressure here.
Harriet Berry is doing a great job getting the ball out of Ileana's hands.
There's Charlize Walker with the fast break. She's on the driving to the basket. And again, she gets fouled and she goes to the line for 2 shots.
I think, well, Charlize is a very smart individual. She went down, slowed it up, as we got a timeout there for the Waitakere team. Slowed it up, wait for things to settle and everybody to kind of like put their guard down and just attacked. And that's the IQ of this young lady.
Yeah, change of pace. Just seeing, just looking for that seam where she can just drive through those seams and get a layup. So she's been rewarded with 2 foul shots.
On the Waitakere side of things, what kind of thing can you? Well, obviously they're face guarding and they're denying Ileana, but anything else that they could change?
Yeah, I'd like to see them. If there's a lot of denial on the wings, on the perimeter, I'd like to see them look for some high post flash action so they can get that back door going, especially with the wing denial that the Waikato girls are doing at the moment. So
a quick timeout there just to regroup for the Waitakere team. Charlize Ledger-Walker with, there we go, with 2. She's got 1 more to come. And then we go.
So quickly up to 7-0 to Waikato, and again the pressure's full court pressure, man to man. And it's just taking Waitakere out of their offense at the moment. They're just taking a while to get settled, and they're really rattled at the moment. They just, the shot clock's winding down again.
8 seconds to go.
Pressure, and they still haven't really had a good look. Another miss there. Offensive rebound though.
Seems like the trend right now going on in this game is just boxing out an offensive rebound. Especially we saw that a lot in the semifinals and the quarterfinals as well.
So they're just moving the ball around the perimeter. Koha Lewis with the ball.
10 seconds remaining on the shot clock.
Charlize Ledger-Walker with the ball, number 5, out to Koha Lewis, who takes a jump shot from the elbow, and she makes it.
And that pass was not an easy pass to make from the corner all the way across to the opposite elbow.
Yeah.
That just shows the IQ and the vision of Charlize Ledger-Walker. A foul call on Harriet Berry, number 7. Harriet's doing an amazing job of just getting out and hustling.
I've been impressed with her on the ball defense. She's always putting pressure on the ball. She's got a hand in the pocket, being really disruptive.
I think sometimes also at this level, it's a lot of kids don't know their roles on teams. Do you see that happening quite a lot, Matsu?
Sometimes, yeah, I do, but again, it's the responsibility of the coach to explain that to the player. And sometimes players forget that when they're on the floor and have to be reminded.
Because right now, number 7, Harriet Berry, she knows that her job is to make sure that Eliana Tueti, number 10, has the hardest time to catch the ball. A lot of kids kind of forget that as they go.
Yep.
Here we go. We're still in that zone from the Waitakere
with
team.
The 3. She misses that and rebounded by, that was Sylvia Wieserek. Excuse me if my pronunciation isn't on.
We're trying our hardest. Hopefully, Eliana Tueti, number 10, going to the line to get the Waitakere team on the board. We have 6 minutes 20 into the quarter of the finals for the women's game of the Under-17 Championship. If you're watching this online or on Facebook, make sure you share it around. Everybody, you know, just to watch the game and share the love of basketball around, I suppose. So thank you to everybody that has done that. Especially special thanks to everybody in the Waikato region and the Waitakere region that are watching this game, their family members. As you see, Waitakere is still in that zone. She weaves through Charlize Ledger-Walker.
Berry for 3. She misses, but a good rebound by Koha Lewis. Back to Charlize Ledger-Walker. She gets her own rebound and then finishes.
Oh. And that is, ladies and gentlemen, that's what you get with Charlize Ledger-Walker. She will hustle and she'll do everything she can to get that 2 points. If you see number 10 now, Eliana Tueti getting face guarded by Harriet Berry. We've got a foul on the floor.
It's a foul on Sylvia Wieserek. (11-1), and Charlize Walker bring the ball down for Waikato.
And I think when you think about this championship environment, and you have somebody like, not just Charlize, but some of these other girls in this Waikato team that have been here before, how much of an impact does that have going into these games of that experience level?
I think it's just, you know, experience is all about the feel and what it feels like to be in a finals, and girls who are athletes who have played in multiple finals generally have a better feel and can respond better in the finals to those who have been there for the first time. Yeah. New experience, hard to take in. You're playing with an audience, a larger audience, and then you're on live stream. Yeah. You got your parents and families watching. Tough ask when you're in the finals for your first time.
As we say that, you know, Eliana just hustling and doing as much as she can to get that easy too. And she's got another rebound as well.
Good long outlet, another outlet, nice.
Beautiful passing. And this is where the Waitakere team really strive, is in that transition game. Do you see there's, and we talked about the boys game as well last night. Is that a trend in separate, you know, in different associations that they have their own little trends?
Yeah, I guess so. I mean, it's all filtered down through their own programs. Style or of basketball, their principles of play. Most associations will adopt a certain style and a way of playing, and it's reflected in the coaches they have. So, yeah, I would say there's a general style for each association.
Yeah, everybody at this tournament, and then last year and the year before, and you see different trends coming through, and it's a very interesting thing to do. It's almost like the you know, the college systems and things in the United States, where, you know, everybody is taught the same thing, and it's a great thing to see. All right, we got a 14 points of 5. Eliana giving the ball up.
It's really good pressure defense here. it's interesting to see that when we've watched the last of the semi-finals yesterday, the teams that have come out man-to-man on the defensive end have really dominated that end of the floor. Those that have come out in zones have struggled. So we're seeing that reflected in today's girls' final. We've seen Waitakere go to a zone, and Waikato have put the heat on with man-to-man defense.
Yep. We saw that last night with the Canterbury team.
So look, they're really active, really good.
It's Koha Lewis now.
Good help.
And we've got a charge. And number 10, Ileana Tueti.
And good help there from Charlize Walker, stepping in and taking number 5, taking that charge.
You see, as soon as she's getting to the rim, everybody is just having a big party in that key on defense and just making sure that that shot is as hard as possible. Great defensive rotations from the Waikato team. So we move in, we're still in that 2-3 zone. What are some of the keys to beat a 2-3 zone that some of the coaches at home need to kind of assess in their own thing, Natu?
I think, you know, we always talk about ball movement, reversing the ball quickly, but I think at the same time there has to be times during when you're reversing the ball, looking at driving and putting heat on the zone, trying to get through those seams, driving and looking to draw defenders and pitching for shots or pitching for layups. So.
Yeah.
Oh, deep 3-point shot there from number
22. Mele Latu.
Mele Latu, deep 3-point shot there.
Maybe that's a little bit of frustration. We can't get anything else, or I don't really, not too sure.
Yeah. Coach Corbin making some substitutions, so he's rotating his bench really well here in the first part of this first quarter.
On the Waitakere side, we've got Tessa Nicolaisen coming in. Another glue player like her brother yesterday.
So now there's good ball movement to get that open shot. And Charlize Walker hits it.
And hit that in her sleep, probably. She's a great shooter, great passer. So the Waikato team up 19-5. The frustration starts to set in. You know, if your shot's not falling or things are not happening, and sometimes the best thing is just get inside and get some driving lanes. Yeah. You've got to travel there. Number 8, River Walker Pittman with the travel. But yeah, I mean, there's nothing wrong with trying. I mean, I see Ileana for the Waitakere team, number 10, trying to get in there. But is there any other way that you can get out of that funk, so to speak, Natu?
To get out of
the shooting funk.
Shooting funk. Yeah, well, we always talk, when you're a shooter and things aren't happening for you, you do exactly what she just did there, and that's drive to the basket. You know, stop settling for your jump shot. And there was actually a nice subtle touch there. She was on the wing, the post player was in the post, emptied out. That gave her a driving lane, so she took that driving lane. So that subtle changes in the offense, if not deliberate, has worked in that instance.
Right.
So yeah, so if your shot's not working, then you want to get to the basket. You want to see if you can get an open, easy layup, or get some contact and get a foul. So here she goes again. Again, perfect scenario in transition offense, broken play, trying to get to the basket, trying to make something happen. She did.
I think right now in this game, somebody needs to try and make something happen with the Waitakere West team. They're a bit discombobulated when it comes to getting offense going. But I think once Ileana and also Mele Latu is somebody to watch out for, number 22. If she starts...
sure. Another 3 from Mele Latu. She misses that one. And number 4, Ella Bradley for Waikato is checked in as well. So she's checked into the game.
In a game like these, Natu, when you have 2 very superior offensive type of players like Ileana and Charlize as well, what do you do to try and preserve some of their energy going into the fourth quarter?
Yeah, going into fourth quarter, I think I'll generally, rule of thumb, your best players, you give them, you sub them out with a couple of minutes to go in the quarter, 2 or 3 minutes to go in the quarter. That's their rest. Charlize, both key players have played the whole of the first quarter, so I'd imagine they may get a couple of minutes, 2 or 3 minutes rest at the beginning of this timeout, at the beginning of the second quarter.
So we have a 12-point game right now, 19 points to 7 to the Waikato team. Coach Corbin's looks like he's ready to make some adjustments. Complacency, we talked about it last night. Some teams do get complacent and some teams don't. What do you think some of the traits of those kids that don't get complacent with the leads?
Yeah, complacency is a thing that I don't think there are too many teams that are complacent when they come into the finals. They may be overconfident, but I don't think they're complacent. And the coaches are the first ones who generally who just remind them and say, look, we're only as good as our last game, and those sorts of things, and we've just got to play to our standards and be confident with the ball.
It's going to be interesting what kind of adjustments that the Waitakere team come out with, being down 12 in that first quarter. These quarters go very fast, and it's going to be interesting to see if they change their defense up. Yeah. If there was any defense that you think may be able to not stop Charlie's Ledger Walker, because there's nowhere there, but just limit shots. Do you have any? What kind of defense would you play?
Yeah, I think the key thing is Waitakere have to score. If they don't score, then they can't really set anything up defensively full court, or they can't get in a position where they can take the ball out of Charlize's hands. The thing I like about what Anthony Corbin's doing on that zone is he's starting to look at getting a small forward into that short corner as a release, as a passer, and that's paying dividends with the zone. So I'd imagine they'll continue with that if Waitakere stays in the zone. However, I think if Waitakere go, I'd like to see them go a little bit of man-to-man to start this quarter. Just, even if it's for a couple of minutes, just to change the look.
It's very interesting on that zone. Also, the guards aren't coming down to help on that short corner.
No.
They're
well, that's ideally what Anthony Corbin wants to do is to draw the guards down into that short corner so they can kick it and reverse the ball.
So we've got a big block there by Shane Hetig. Another
Latu with another three, and she makes it this time.
1 for 3, and we bring that lead down to 9.
It's a good start to the quarter. Now they really need to pick it up on the defensive end. It's really a static zone. It's not really active. The girls, all their hands are down. Their hands aren't up in the passing lanes. If you look at the back 3 girls, their hands are all down.
And we are bringing that guard over to help on the wing. Eliana Tueti being guarded by Koha Lewis. And a smart defensive play there by Charlize Ledger Walker, just jamming up the receiver.
Yeah, she just broke that play up. It's times like that where you really need to be settled and control, especially when you've just got it back to 9 points. You want to get a good set, a good score that can get you within 7, and then 7 or 8, 7 or 6.
Yeah, Eliana Tueti coming up with the ball, number 10. Being guarded there by Ella Bradley.
Another 3-point shot. Way off the mark there from Abigail Roach. Again, they're back in that zone. The short corner, good kick, and we've got an open shot.
See,
and boom.
See, on that position, Shauna Povey coming down to the corner when there was no trap in that corner, and that's what happened.
Exactly what they're doing with that short corner, trying to drag that player down into the corner, and then quick ball reversal, and Charlize Walker, number 5, gets that open 3-point shot. Good help.
Pick and roll, but look, the party's inside right now.
Good save there from Ella Bradley, and she's got the ball now. Oh, sorry, excuse me. It's River Walker-Pittman with the ball to Ella Bradley, who goes baseline. Nice pass. And good foul.
Janae Hertig, number 14, going up really strong. What a great pass. We've seen a lot of players drive baseline and just give that little off pass. Is that a new thing? I haven't really seen that a lot. You've seen Steve Nash bring it out, a couple of years ago when he was with the Suns, but I do notice it's quite a trend in this tournament.
Yeah, there was a good drive from Ella Bradley, number 4, and then that nice little pitch to Zane Hittig.
Yeah, Zane. Also depends on the wheeler. If somebody's wheeling around, if you're staying stagnant on the same side, you're going to go. So great movement by Zane Hittig on that play. All right, Waitakere. We've got a timeout on Waitakere. Just trying to get through. That's their final timeout right now. Coach is probably talking around maybe changing defense up. I'm not too sure. I think that might be where he's going. But yeah, hey, again, if you're at home watching this on live stream, make sure that you share it around. A lot of people would love to see your family, your son, your daughter, your son later on playing in a big game. So make sure you share that around. And if any other information, you need stats or anything else that's going, we do have live stats happening. Everything should be on basketball.org.nz. We are here live at the North Shore Event Centre and ready to get this game underway. We're in the second quarter. We've got 7 minutes 41 remaining. Zane Hittig to the line for 2. And as you see, there we go. The stadium is filling up.
She misses the first shot, and she's into her second shot now. Oh, Charlize Walker manages to get the loose ball. Zane Hittig inside again with the ball, and she's called for an offensive foul.
And there's that glue player again, number 14, Tessa Nicolaisen. It's a great player to have. She's one of those players you'd love to have on your team, and you'd hate to go against her. She's gritty, and she sacrifices her body or everything all the time. Abigail Roche.
Being aggressive.
And I think that's what they need to do. In that man-to-man defense that Waikato are playing, you need to find the gaps and just go for them. Shooting 2. Defensively, have you seen anything a little bit different in this tournament that maybe other teams don't really play, Natu?
No, I haven't actually. I have seen, just trying to remember which teams I've seen. I've seen some, generally you see a 2-3 or a 3-2 zone, but I have seen some teams run a 1-3-1 zone, Waikato boys, and that was quite interesting to see. Coach Green, Daniel Green, running 1-3-1. That was really good to see some innovation, some creativity, and with his defensive zone alignment.
Ooh,
and now we're seeing Waitakere go to a little bit of man-to-man.
It's good to see, just a change up. Sometimes just changing up into something different is great. What are some of the pros of just going out after a timeout and just running a different defense?
I think it's just changing the look, and the offensive team has to adjust, and it takes time to adjust, especially at this age group. Having someone who's running your point and having to come down and looking at a different alignment on the defense end, really
long three.
It's really hard to adjust to running your sets, especially if the defense changes from zone to man-to-man real quickly. So takes a little bit of time to read what the defense is, and then obviously as a point guard you've got to decide what are we going to run here.
Nothing like having multiple defenses in your toolbox going into a national tournament.
And it serves its purpose. You know, all they want to do is just change momentum, make the offense take something different, struggle to get going or initiate, and then and as you can see they've missed both times they've come down the floor. So good change by the Zabritsky brothers. A bit of contact there, but Charlize Walker gets away with it. Number 5, she comes down, misses the layup. And good rebound there from Shana Pogi.
Oh, there we go. We've got Abigail Roach breaking off a couple.
Charlize Walker with the rebound. She seems to be doing everything at the moment. Rebounding, steals, coast to coast, short jump shot.
And you see how comfortable she is shooting that shot. It's very calm. There's no pressure or like anxiety going on in her shot.
She just has a lot of time to do things. And as you said, she just came down the floor, you know, observed where people were, could see where they were, and just took a nice little subtle jump shot. You know, 5, 6, 7 foot jump shot.
Yeah.
So good play from Charlize, just reading the defense and taking what they're giving it.
This is our, the under-17s is our first, BBNZ's first tournament. We have the under-15s next week Wednesday starting on
Great shot there from Ella Bradley, and great assist from Koha Lewis. Nice drive to the basket, and Ella Bradley circling around that baseline, made herself available and easy too.
I'm looking for a post entry, but look, everybody is collapsing.
Yep. Charlize Walker with another rebound, and really putting some heat on the defense in transition. Jump shot from Koha Lewis, a 3-point shot. She misses that.
Great rebound there from Mele Latu. And then after that, we've got the 19s going on next week as well. Any of the teams at that tournament, especially on the women's side of things, that you're looking forward to seeing? Latu?
At the under-19s?
Yeah, under 19s.
Probably that. Yeah. We're looking at the Harbour teams, the under-19s, the Waikato teams. They'll be defending champions at the under-19. So Waikato girls will be looking to defend their title at the under-19s, and they're actually looking to defend their title here at the under-17s and the under-15s. Yeah. So, you know, the Waikato women's program, girls program, is going really well.
Big stuff there.
Nice block there from Mele Latu.
And that's, I think, Mele Latu's, that will get them a little bit more spark and pep in their step. Hopefully Mele Latu can get them going. Got a no-look pass there. Oh. Mele Latu going to the line. And I think sometimes defensive stands like that, when you get a big block, it inspires everybody to, hey, I'm doing my job. You better get your stuff together and do your job.
A lot of the times that Waitakere are coming down the floor, they're initiating their offense on that right side of the floor. And the ball, I would like to see them reverse the ball a bit more just to get the defense moving. Otherwise, they're just going to have the weak side defense on that split line, helping out on the post, or Mele Latu helping out on.
I think, I think also because they have a lot of on balls going on the weaks on the right side. So, you know, some of these girls coming off with their left hand, you know, especially when their right hand are predominant, which will be nice to see. But yeah, if nothing's going on the weak side, it enables that defense to just stand still. In and out there by Koha Lewis, number 6.
Nice pass here. Oh.
Great foul to stop an easy basket from Charlize Leger-Walker. Waitakere are looking a bit shell-shocked a little bit in terms of offensively.
Shana Povey, number 8, she's going to the line to shoot 2 foul shots.
Especially in their half court. You know, like when a team is, you know, when transition is their thing, and, you know, that arm's been taken away, sometimes that half court defense needs to just start up and get going. And I think that's what, what a pass. Charlize Leger-Walker with the vision. Oh. We've got Abigail Roche finishing off a beautiful, easy little touch pass from Eliana Tueti, number 10. And back to their man-to-man for the Waitakere team. And we spoke about this last night, but also transition defense. I think Waitakere are doing a great job of just slowing them down in the trans game. The Waitakere ball going to the baseline.
Good hustle from Shana Povey just to keep that alive, the position alive.
Anthony Corbin's just directing traffic and making sure everybody knows what to do.
Mele Latu with the jump hook.
And the easy one, we get back down to an 8-point, or to a, what are we at, 26-12, or 26-14, sorry, to a 12.
2 minutes 30 to go in the half. Oh, nice shot take. Nice drive there from River Walker-Pittman. Number 8.
Ileana Twede with the ball on the left side, left wing.
This is good defense from Waikato. They really pushed them beyond the three-point line with their offense. Everything's outside. Melilatu for 3, and she misses.
Melilatu has shot, I think she's 1 for 7 right now.
Under 2 minutes to go in this half. Jump shot from Shana Povey, and she gets fouled.
It's one thing with well, it's not a pack line defense, but it's a very physical defense out on the three-point line. You know, there's a lot of, it's hard because there's a lot of help, like a pack line defense where they're coming in, but these girls are just in the right place at the right time. That time, you know, they were just a little bit too close and got a little bit of contact on the arm.
Yep. Don't foul the shooter if they're beyond the three-point line. Stay on the ground. Shana Povey makes his second shot. She's got 1 more to go.
It's already a very difficult shot to make without any closeouts, you know, so.
She makes the second.
There we go. And we're chipping this lead down. I think if Waitakere can get this down, we've got 1 minute 52 to go. They can get this down to at least 10, maybe even below 10. They should have a good shot coming out of the into the third quarter. Jane Hertig now.
Oh, she travelled. That's good help defense there. She caught the ball and they just really collapsed down on her, and she had no room to make that pivot, the drop step. So here we go. Oh, good tip from behind. Charlize Walker with the ball now. There's a great tip from River Walker-Pittman from behind to number 8 to get position back.
And again,
River Walker-Pittman shoots the 3 and she makes it.
After a great defensive stand of getting that,
so great tip from behind, and now she also a double play where she makes a 3-point shot. Oh, wow, great block there. Ooh. And Shane Hertig.
Jane Hertig is just, she's got a couple blocks. I think that's her second block, but that like, one was...
Don't come in here.
That was, that was a no-fly zone up in there.
5-second call, so Waikato get position again.
Waikato are just defensively really going at it. They know what they're supposed to be doing. This is a different defensive team that we saw in the semi-final.
Yeah, definitely. And that's what happens, you know, the finals bring out the best in champion teams, and a number of these girls were part of that team that won last year's under 15s, and some of them under 17s, so they know what it's like. They know what it feels like to be in a final and what needs to be done.
And we're in 5 fouls at the moment. We should be shooting two.
Unfortunately, they just got out of the cylinder there and fouled.
46 seconds remaining in the first in the first half of our game.
This is a 16-point lead to Waikato. 46 seconds left in the first half.
How important are free throws in this tournament, Natu? We've seen it time and time again. What do we as a community basketball need to do to improve this free throw percentage?
I think all it is repetition. You need to get in the gym. You need to spend a lot of time. You need to get up a lot of free throw shots, because they are free throw shots, and in games they can cost you, and you can win games from them, and you can lose games from missing them.
Off the bank right there.
So really important that, you know, that athletes work on that foul shooting technique, because they are gift shots.
20 seconds remaining.
Charlize Walker with the steal. She comes down left hand. She misses the layup. Here's where you got 10 seconds left on the shot clock. 8. Last.
Got a little rocker step to a rip.
Waikato have 1.7 seconds on the clock left. And coach Anthony Kuma doesn't have any timeout, so he can't advance the ball.
And that concludes our first half of the games. What are some things that we're seeing from the Waikato team that are really making them successful, Natu?
Well, I think their defence has set the tone right at the beginning. Their man-to-man defence, they've been really aggressive, out and active on the ball, really prevented Waitakere getting into their offence. So that's been the key factor for me. It's set the tone for Waikato in the first half. For Waitakere, I would like to see them get out of that zone because it's become really passive. And hopefully the coaching staff may get them into some man-to-man early in this second half, just to explore whether they can get some ascendancy with that or some dominance in that area, and then they can always go back to their 2-3 zone. Offensively, I think if Waitakere took the fact that they've got to be a bit more aggressive and going to the basket, and I'd like to see some more ball reversal.
Yeah.
If I can see some more ball reversal, that'll shift the defence a little bit more and enable you to get some driving lanes if you get quick ball reversal. So that might open some things up for Waitakere.
Okay, we're gonna go to a quick 3-minute break, and we'll be back with the second half of action from the Under-17s National Championship here at North Shore Event Centre.
In 2017, Auckland is going to play host to one of the biggest sporting events ever to come to New Zealand, the World Masters Games.
Basketball is one of 28 sports. Referees and score bench officials are the cornerstone of our sport. In 2017, we're going to need everyone to make sure that this is a successful event.
The World Masters Games is an opportunity for officials to test themselves at a world-class event. Whether you're new or an existing official, sign up now to be involved.